98.1 Talk Sports Commentate. It's love, news and music power. Love informing you every hour. Love, ooh, that's love.
Love FM, news and music power.
Good morning. It is a minute past 10 o'clock.
In Belize and beyond, love is everywhere.
And right now, love, we will be heading down to Punta Gorda where we will be joining Paul Mahong. So, Paul, you can take it away.
It has been a wet Monday night in Punta Gorda into the morning hours. And as we speak this Tuesday morning, it's overcast, it's bleaky, and slightly drizzle every now and then. But the momentum keeps high. As a matter of fact, a very important event was held last night at the Toledo Sport Complex. And this was actually, it was a public consultation of the National Sports Council. And I could have seen on their banner, it says, have your say, shape the future. But to tell us more of this important event, we have the Administrative Officer of the National Sports Council Toledo, Senior JP Honorable Michael Chips Norales.
Good morning, Honorable Paul Mahong. Good morning, Belize. Good morning, one and all. Good morning to the diaspora. Yes, last night we had the first of the consultations for this week held right here in Toledo. I think it's the first of its kind, where all sports enthusiasts, so including coaches, players, sponsors, everybody, parents, teachers, principals, so that they could have come and give their ideas on more or less what they wanted to see in the development of sports. We had a very good turnout last night, at least 50 people, a little bit more, who were very positive. Some of them came out to find out what role the National Sports Council could play in their particular sport. So we had sports like boxing. We had the Toledo Football Association attending. We had the people from the Basketball Association and the Volleyball Association. All right, we have principals from schools who came to see what would be their contribution for development in sports from the primary school all the way up to the high school. And Honorable Paul, we had some very good ideas, some that I didn't even think about, and that's why it's very good when they say two heads are better than one. But last night we had about 50 heads, and most of them were positive, right, in trying to shape how sports would be governed from here on out.
I could have sensed from the discussion and very important participation of members of the audience the need for Toledo, the improvement of sports, the facilities, the games, and much spotlight was put on the athletes, both the children, the youths, the adults, as Toledo has a lot of potentials and outstanding ability to go at not district level, national level, and international level. And so it was a 2-hour meeting, and the majority of that time was in healthy discussion. Now, were these suggestions recorded or so on?
Yeah, the suggestions were recorded by Deputy Director for Marketing and Public Relations, Mr. Michael Jenkins from the National Sports Council. And the chief consultant, Mr. Kerwin John, he's from St. Lucia but works out of Trinidad and Tobago, along with his counterpart, Ms. Sherlyn Cabrales. They stress the importance of the involvement of the community. They are saying that don't look to government for everything. We must go do something together here in Punta Gorda. And a few of the guys who share their opinions also mentioned that, that if each sport would come together and support each other, then government will do its part. But the thing is, we need to make sure that we know where we want to go. So we should follow these kids during training, during games, not only when they're going to travel. Then, people come and look for cash, which is kind of scarce right now. But I'm sure that the government of Belize, through the National Sports Council and all the federations, should play a part in the role here. Now, from Belize, from the National Sports Council, we also had Miss Vanessa Williams. Good. She is the sports liaison officer. And Miss Yasmin Juan, good, who is the consultant for marketing and public relations. Overall, I think we had a good turnout. We had very good conversation. Two persons in particular, I'm not afraid to mention, Mr. John Younes, who has been a long-time sports enthusiast and teacher and karate master, and Mr. Ray Palmer, who suggested that we should play a role, which is the National Sports Council, in getting people trained to be physical education teachers, to be coaches, to be officials, right? So things that I know we're documenting, and we should get feedback in a few. It won't be today because the consultation has been taken to San Ignacio this morning at 10. Then this evening, they will be in Stanquick.
I understand within this week, they are going to visit all the district towns, if I'm not mistaken, even San Pedro.
Yes.
And even in the city of Belmopan this week. So right, they couldn't, the folks, the facilitators couldn't be here with us this morning because they are, I think, about to begin a session.
In Cayo. Yes, in Cayo.
In the West. Yes. But I must say that my feeling at the event last night, I could have seen that the folks who were there from the community, were very passionate about sports. Be it, and their comments, as I said, were well received, were listened to by the consultant, yourself as a admin officer, because we are all together in it. And I could see the spotlight focus a lot, not only in PG Town, but Toledo and the rural communities, and that was very good. Before we leave there, Honorable Morales, any final thought?
Yes, it's unfortunate that we didn't have much input from the villages, because, we have about 58 villages in the Toledo district, 58 communities. And to have gotten to them would have been a bit cumbersome, right? This consultation, when it was brought up, each of us were given a time when it would occur. But we will reach out to the different communities through the principals of the schools and probably the chairpersons of those villages. We will make sure we go there and explain to them so that they could still put their contribution into what they would want to see in their area. All right, I always encourage people, don't be afraid to come out and watch these games in the villages because, yes, they are far, but we'll be surprised to know the amount of talent that these kids, these students have in these villages. So I would just like to say thanks to all those who came out. Thanks for all observations made. I guarantee you that everything was jotted down, everything was taken, and they'll be compared with the other districts. So where there is common ground, I'm confident that the National Sports Council, through the Minister Mala and Minister Daly, they will definitely act on those.
Well, as we close, I would say on behalf of the National Sports Council, the staff members who came, including yourself as the admin officer here, and the consultants who came, and all the lovely folks who were at that public consultation session last night, and those who are following us throughout Belize and beyond. We're going to close in with lots of love and best wishes and prayers. So all in Belize and beyond, as we take it back to our technician Greg and Richard in studios.
Love is everywhere.
And thank you as well, Paul, down there in Punta Gorda, providing that report on the National Sports Council public consultation that has taken place. It is